Sweet. All good to go. Not stressed today. I don't smell like ball juice like I did the last episode. The entire episode I sat there and all I could do was smell my nuts.
I'm glad you're starting off this way because as much as I am an adult, 44, I feel like the sense of needing to behave around somebody's dad. I'm interviewing my friend's dad. And there's just like...
It's okay. You can bring it.
Okay. Well, there's respect, especially with the sense of this podcast and a parent now, the importance of respecting parents is very on the surface for me.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we talk about that a ton, about how much we respect what y'all went through because we're going through it now, except we're in like a slightly different time of way worse kids.
Yeah, like there was this show me and my wife were watching, and he was going to meet her parents, and he was getting all like worked up about, looking right and having a jacket on and tie, and she's like, it's just my parents. And he's like, parents are the most important.
Yeah. And
I'm like, yeah, they really are. Like,
yeah. All right, so...
Because I'm a parent. I'm the most important.
Right. It's about you. All right. So today I am super stoked. We've got my dad, Mark, with us today. So we're going to share some pretty fun stories about me growing up and how that's kind of translated into me becoming the parent that I am today. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready. Some of these stories might even be true.
All right, so we're going to open this up per usual.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
We got to do the mission statement, too. We forgot that last time.
No, we didn't forget it. Oh, we forgot it with the double episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you take that because I don't know what the mission statement is. I heard it.
We'll start with it. We're dads talking to dads to learn to be better dads.
Love it. All right.
That's it.
Welcome to the Papa Do Preach, the Dad Podcast, episode 14.
Really?
We're gonna.
I thought I was 13.
You're 14.
We got a double episode.
We got a double episode. Oh, so wait. So
you got
episode
bumped.
15. Because they're going to be 13 and 14.
What aired today?
Episode 12.
Yeah, that's better anyway. I didn't want to be 13.
No, unlucky.
Yeah.
That number's poison.
It's too much pressure.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
All right. We're going to dive right into it.
Yeah. I like the idea of interviewing Jake's dad because I said to... It's kind of like this middle ground of seeing a different generation of parent raise you. What year was Jake born?
91.
1950.
Yeah.
So 91. So you raised Jake through the beginning of the internet.
Yes.
So, and now you're witnessing him raise a different generation. So I think we got a very good perspective from you.
I would agree.
So yeah.
That's my plan.
I did utilize the internet as well growing up.
Yeah, we're going to dive into that for sure. Definitely.
That one's true.
Yeah. So, and I've met two of your three. You have three kids, right?
I have 3.
I've met 2 of them, so I can say you've raised 2 great kids, and Jake.
That's exactly right.
He's adequate.
That's right.
Yes.
Adequate.
2 good. No. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite?
Besides Jared, who's your favorite kid?
Gee, I don't know. It goes day to day. It changes.
I could see you said the same thing.
It's got to be Jared though. He's always the least confrontational.
Yeah.
He's Switzerland.
Is he?
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, he's impossible to
He's
like.
really good.
His whole life, even as a kid.
Oh yeah.
What do you think gave him that like level of stoicism and zen?
I don't know if it's the middle kid or what, but he has been steady Eddie.
That's all I hear is all these stories about how like chill Jared was, and me and my sister were just like psychos.
Something happens, we just pull Jared in and say, "All right, what happened?"
He's like,
so what's the order? So Jake is your oldest.
Jenna's the oldest, and then Jared, and then Jake.
All right, Jenna.
Yes.
Okay, how old is Jenna?
Jenna is what, 37?
37.
88.
So she's born
88.
88.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jared was born in 90.
Okay.
Yep. Jared's 35 and I'm 34.
So I don't know where to start first. Do you have anything that you want to start with?
Of course I do.
Okay.
But a lot of what we were going to talk about was, what do you see
This week in dadding too.
we can let's do this week in dadding because me and my dad like don't talk daily. We play a game daily. We play the Wordle and all that. So we're always communicating daily. But we had like a long conversation yesterday for the first time in, I would say, a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But other than that, what is this week in retired dadding like? How about that?
Yeah. Well, we were camping last weekend, so we didn't see any, I guess, any kids or grandkids. But yesterday we got to see 3 of them at soccer practice.
Yeah.
So that's always good when you can catch more than one at a time. So if you get 3 of them,
my parents love that.
So Zan's only 4, so we watched his practice first, and then right behind it was Katie and Juju.
So my daughter and my niece, Katie, and my niece Juju are on the same soccer team this year. So we're
that's cool.
Yeah, my son-in-law Ben is their coach, so that works out kind of nice. Just
rounding it out. I know
most of your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ben is.
I have to meet Jenna. That's the only one I haven't met.
Yep.
Yeah. So why doesn't she like me?
It's probably the hair.
Yeah.
She said it was brown once. She's not a fan of what it is now.
Do you go by? It was brown once. Do you go by like Papa, Grandpa? My dad's Papa as well.
Yeah. So initially when we knew that he was about to have Katie Bug, everybody's getting together and picking their grandparent name, and I was just like, I'm not doing that. Whatever they call me, I'll answer to, and that's. Katie couldn't say grandpa, so she just started saying pop, 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 and then
pop's good.
And then she kept doing that, and then the others heard it, and that was it. So I didn't pick it, but I don't. See,
Dad
it.
did the right thing. I'm not talking ill of my mom, but my dad did the right thing. He said, "You just call me what you want," and my mom was like, "They're gonna fucking call me 𝗖𝗍 whether they like it or not."
Verbatim to a newborn.
Pretty much. She looked right at Katie and she was like, 𝗖𝗍.
I mean, at least it wasn't too challenging. Yeah, my mom was going to be Nana no matter what, because my grandma was Nana. So, and they're good Nanas, both of them. So what's going on this week in dadding with you?
I think it's hilarious because I just edited the podcast where I was talking about my kids have commitment issues.
Oh, what did they quit?
So this week in dadding, the commitment issues came to a full fault where Bryce quit, and so
what was he playing again?
Football.
Okay.
So I'm not mad at him because he's not an aggressive kid at all. Like by nature, you can tell when he's on the field he like wants to be everyone's friend, and it's like, dude, this is not the sport to be friendly with people.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed because I talked about it last time with the episode with Cameron, is that growing up, there were plenty of times where I wanted to quit something and they didn't allow me to. Not because they were being rude or anything. They knew that wasn't good for me growing up as a work ethic, as building a work ethic, to just, when the going gets tough, just quit. It was never an option. I mean,
yeah.
I have a tattoo on my arm that it's not a direct quote. No, it's not a quote from my parents, but I got it because it's something that, made me think of them. And that was, if you want it, go and get it, be relentless. And that is like a testament to my work ethic. So that was the first tattoo I ever got. And they all thought it was dumb, of course, except for when we went golfing. You did compliment it and say it wasn't terrible. Which
I did?
When we were in Nashville, you said it wasn't terrible.
I mean, I must have.
My parents had to deal with the first tattoo being the Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction cover.
But
what if you don't like that band? And I still love them, and I still love that album. So.
But that's a big thing with me in my household, is that I've talked about that so much, about the commitment issues, and you signed up for this, so you're going to it. So I've had to toe the line of trying to figure out, how do I tell him that I'm disappointed without just breaking him down. So I kind of made a bit of a compromise, and that is, when I go to the gym now, he's not going to sit at home and play video games. He's getting his ass up, and he's coming with me to the gym.
That's awesome. I love seeing dads with their kids at the gym.
Yeah, so he's...
Even moms.
And he wants to go. So I think that it's more so... It's not that it was too hard, football. It wasn't really his speed. And also... with going to the gym, you can find your breaking point and you can stop. A coach doesn't feel your breaking point, and when you're 12 years old and you're like, I can't do this or I don't want to do this, they're like, nah. And I'm sitting there going, I agree with you, coach, but I don't want to break his spirit. But I do want him to stop signing up for shit that he's not going to finish.
So
I'll say that. Any of my kids, for that matter.
I do see the point of like trying to teach them, you gave your word to something, you made a commitment to follow through with it.
And then that's where it stops. Yeah. You don't have to go in.
Well, no, because like really what I want my kids to learn is like when you really want something, if you never give up, you'll get it. So if they don't really want football, I don't want it to become a habit. Like I said in that episode, I went through a long period of time where I was a quitter. I'd be good at something, and then when it got hard, I would just stop doing it.
Yeah.
So, and, I was like 36 before I broke that habit. Like, that's not good.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grateful that's one thing that I look back on with baseball and football and everything that I did growing up. They never, like, pushed me to do it, but they convinced me every time that I felt like it was too hard to just give it another shot, to just keep trying.
Can you remember how you did that at all? Can you think of any specific conversations that helped sway him to give it another try?
I mean, most of them were, you started it, you finish it. If you don't want to play next year, you don't have to. But you said you wanted to play this year. So we will see this through. And then if you decide you want to do something different, you want to play chess, checkers, whatever next year, you can do that. But now we're already into this. Your teammates need you, so
I like that. Your teammates need you.
Yeah, and that's
so. We didn't have a lot of that. We probably had it more with Jared. He went along. He went along because I was coaching to help, and so he finally said, well, the only reason I played was because you were a coach and I didn't want to, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. So we're like, well, you don't got to play if you don't want to. I would never tell you got to play just because I'm doing that. So that was our main thing is this: we don't care what you're into, just if you start it, finish it, and then if you don't want to do it, if you learn the lesson, if you don't like baseball like you thought you would, then next year don't start baseball.
Yeah, Jared learned that he did not like baseball.
He did not like baseball. The only thing he hates worse than baseball is golf.
Yeah.
He did that once at the driving
range. You like golf, right?
I don't dislike it. I just don't know it.
You just don't like talking about it?
Well, I mean, you guys went into this long, depth detail of shit that it was like another language. So, but I do want to touch on your teammates need you part, because I've read that a big indicator of successful adults is kids who had a sense of responsibility growing up.
Yes.
So, and I think that's a great way to frame that.
It ain't about you.
It was hard for my parents to convince me that my team needed me because I was so god awful at sports. So, like, for what?
Yeah.
What do they need me to do? You
need somebody to strike out, I'm your guy.
Yeah. So to
flinch, and then worst case, if that didn't work, we would burn them with a lit cigarette.
Right.
Yeah,
it's no big deal.
I mean,
that's why you got the tattoos covering scars.
Whatever you got, whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Burn with lit cigarettes. So, well, this week in dadding, there was an episode a while ago where I talked about how I want to raise Amelia with her chores in the house, being that it takes a team to run a household and you're part of the team. This is your part. This is how you contribute to the team.
Yep.
And the other day she asked me why I was cleaning the bathroom. And I said that, like, this is what I'm doing. Well, I'm doing it because, my wife is also, like, going on the third trimester, and I don't want her locked in a room with chemicals. So, that's been my thing to take over. But I did explain that to her, like, well, this takes a whole team to run a household. Mommy does her part. Daddy does his part. You do your part. And she walked away going, I does my part. I feel like that's the first seed planting.
It's sticking.
Yeah, like there was a positive feedback to her. So we'll see how long that lasts.
I always get stoked because like Harper will get trash out, and she's 2, and she'll take it and she'll say, I'll go throw it away. And she'll go throw stuff away. Like she cleans up after herself to a fault. She makes a massive mess sometimes because she finds the Fabuloso spray bottle, and she'll just wipe stuff down with like a sock.
What is fabulosa?
Cleaning products. She'll find like our thing. She knows what to do with it. She just goes too far. She just puts too much on there. But she
a little
does clean.
overzealous.
Yeah, she's just cleaning.
Good.
She's got a good mindset to it.
So yeah. Amelia breaks out the fake broom and fake mop and just follows Anne-Marie around the house. My wife's nuts with cleaning though.
Yeah.
Like she's that crazy, like finishes cleaning and now the spot I started over there needs to be cleaned again.
Yeah.
Type of
Couple
person.
pieces of dust hit the floor.
Yeah. We got 2 dogs that shed like nuclear fallback and you'd have no idea in my house. Like, is it like my little Jeter, he'll sit on your lap and you'll pet him and then when he gets up it's like a white outline of a dog with fur.
You say his name's Jeter?
Yeah.
Jeter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Can you
He's a
tell he's from New
champion.
York?
He's
I
number
would have
6.
never known that.
He's number 6 on the all-time bark list.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've been waiting to use that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So,
All right. So Dad watches these pretty frequently.
okay.
So I wanted to ask him, when you're watching these episodes, are you disappointed in how I speak about things when we were growing up? Are you like, does it excite you that I remember certain things that maybe you didn't think that I would remember that have made an impact on my life?
I've never really. You've got all 3 of you guys, Jenna, Jared, and Jacob, have got unbelievable memories. So never tell them something hoping that they're going to forget it.
Not anymore, but
So-
those are things that are just burnt into the bank.
Yeah.
Those things don't go away.
No, you haven't. Yeah, you haven't said anything that was wrong or that I disagreed with or whatever. You haven't remembered anything
Morally wrong.
Morally wrong.
Morally wrong, plenty.
ethically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plenty of that.
But no, I don't. I again, different generation.
Yeah. I'm just like thinking about like as my kids get older, how are they going to remember these conversations that I'm having with them like right now? Because I feel like me and my dad talk pretty frequently about, good cop, bad cop doesn't work sort of thing. I feel like I'm bad cop a lot so they can remember me as bad cop for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I mean, my parents had to be bad cop, and I don't look at them as being bad parents by any means. They gave me
Yeah, my dad had to be the bad guy. But
I just assumed the role. Like I'll eat it, dude. I'll take it all day because I know that it's for a better cause than
I thanked him in a card once, like on a holiday. I mean, again, I was in my late 30s, but it was just like you had to look like the bad guy for so long to benefit us.
Yeah.
And like I did reach a point where I appreciated it. And I think like with you said, how will they remember these conversations? That'll change. Like I'm proud of my sense of accountability, which again came later, but I am proud of that. And I do get that from my dad. And I think of this story that for the longest time, like I couldn't believe he said something to me. And now that like I've reached a level of maturity that I like really see the lesson he was teaching. And I was, 5th grade. And I got into like a thing in class with a kid and we were arguing over who was going to do something. I said, fine, if you want to be a baby about it, you can do it. And the kid got pissed off and he was going to beat me up after school. And I was timid at that age. I did not like to fight. And he had the whole school like around me. And I mean, he beat the shit out of me. Like I was like crying. It was terrible. And, when we were in the principal's office, he was just like, well, if you didn't call me a baby, I would have never beat him up. And I told my dad that like while we were doing yard work together and like, could you believe he said that? And he was just doing what he's doing. He was like, yeah, he probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And like, I was like taken back. And then like now years later, it's just like, yeah. You probably wouldn't have. Like, you played a part in this.
I mean, that's
like,
there's a story of that. I mean, I wouldn't have got a tube of toothpaste squeezed violently out of my hand if I wouldn't have been a dick in a moment to my mom. Was that to mom?
No, you don't need to explain anymore. I understand. Yeah.
I was being disrespectful to mom, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We were on we were in.
How old were you, first off?
25. I'm just kidding. I don't know, 13.
Yeah, we were still living in Ohio then.
Yeah, 12 or 13 because we were going to Cumberland.
Lake Cumberland.
Yeah.
All right. And his defense through the ages of 13 was every time he was respectful.
Yeah, when I got back from church camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
ours has always been there's a line that you can dance up to, but you can never cross. And he crossed it that day.
What was it?
And I was waiting for him.
I think I was just being a freaking brat.
Well,
do you remember specifically?
I don't even remember what the topic.
You'll grow out of it.
I won't even remember what the topic was, but you wouldn't let it go.
No, hasn't changed much.
And
I let it go a little more often.
So basically, told about 4 times, just let it go. We just got here, drug a boat through the mountains. Everybody was tired, so we're going to stay the night in a hotel before we rent the houseboat the next day.
Okay.
And I interpreted it as him wanting to take a run at the championship, so I acquiesced to his request. So
I'm like talking shit while brushing my teeth.
I asked him several times, and finally I had enough, and I didn't like the tone, so it got dealt with. And that's one of those that, because you said, well, did you think about, what that was with that message? It's like, that thought never crossed my mind. But I think the message was, and again, we're not brutal. I didn't throw no punches or nothing.
No.
But
yeah, open hand.
But
no,
I never even struck him.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious now because we were talking about this too. That like I look back on all of these things where my dad had to like be a stern dad. All the times that I asked for it. Like, I see it now. Like, I asked for it every time. And this was one of those times. I was just brushing my teeth.
Line stepper.
Wouldn't let it go. I was crossing the line over and over. Well, that's perpetual line stepper is what they used to call me. I'm a perpetual line stepper. So I would cross that line, and I was brushing my teeth, and that's exactly what. He just snapped. He had had enough of me just repeating the same thing over and over, and he snatched that toothpaste out of my hand, dude, and he squeezed it so hard that it went all over the mirror in the like hotel that we were stopped at, or where was it at? It was like a motel, right?
Yeah, it was a big money hotel too. I think it was like $50.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't like a super.
It was very
nice
upscale.
But that's a random story that has never left my mind.
Did you make him clean the toothpaste after?
I don't even remember.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I know I didn't clean it up.
That's the last thing I remember from that day.
That's all I do.
Sometimes a mom steps in at that point to diffuse and does the cleaning right after. Sometimes. Not always.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah.
No.
She rubbed your face in it?
Probably.
Yeah.
No.
So you said acquiesce to your request. I literally just looked up what that word meant, acquiesce, like 2 days ago because of the name
Isn't
of
that
an
like
oasis.
something with water?
No. It's to reluctantly do something without complaining.
Correct.
Ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? That's where that came from.
Okay.
I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
Yeah, I did not catch that line. There's so many good lines, but that one did not stick with me.
This is he fits right here because he's a movie quoter too.
Okay, good.
My whole family's a movie quoter.
Yeah, well, everybody should be. It's pop culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the name of an Oasis song that I love, and I'm just like, I'm saying that. What the hell does this word mean? And
what's your favorite Oasis song?
It's been changing like crazy.
Okay, as long as it's not Wonderwall, you're good.
Oh no, it's probably my least. I like the song, but it's probably my least favorite.
Okay,
so,
good.
Like "Sweet Child of Mine" with Guns N' Roses, good song, least favorite. Not my least favorite. They made one song I don't like.
What's that?
"My World."
Okay.
Yeah. Axl Rose got obsessed with Nine Inch Nails when they came out. Then he put this one song on the end of Use Your Illusion 2 that does not fit in any way whatsoever, and it's bad. Yeah. So
I'm grateful that I feel like you never pushed Guns N' Roses on me.
Yeah.
Look,
I
I'm
hate
sorry
Guns N'
Rush
Roses.
sucks, but don't lie to yourself.
I'm not. Rush is amazing.
No,
they have
no.
a weird vocalist.
Nobody
don't
hates
you
Guns N'
dare.
Roses. So
What's that?
Nobody hates Guns N' Roses.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't hate them. I just don't like them.
You don't know 'em. You only know the hits.
No, I just
You don't know the other
don't
songs.
like Axl Rose's voice either.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah.
I used to not like Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan's voice.
Still don't like them.
I started listening to them again not too long ago. I'm like, man, why did I hate on them so much?
Because they suck.
No, they're good songs. So, all right. Aside from Jake's terrible taste in music, so when I think of like that kind of middle ground, looking at what your parents did, so what would you say were your formative years? What decades? Where your dad was raising you and they were really, your dad was a big influence on your life?
Well, my parents got divorced when I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
And then when my mom got remarried, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would say, late teens and early 20s, I was doing my own thing, and
yeah, me too.
I didn't have, I wasn't a wrecking ball or nothing, but I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in family life or anything like that. So, playing softball, doing what I wanted to do. So,
yeah.
So honestly, when Kathy and I got together, we both just kind of decided that, here's what we liked, here's what we didn't like, and this is the kind of parents that we want to be. So we kind of did our own thing. What is it, making it up as you go.
I think every parent does, but there was, here's what we like. So what things can you remember from your dad that you passed on as a father? And was your
racing,
stepdad a part of your life?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like a big, because I feel like
Still
I had
is.
2 dads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Okay.
And so probably the biggest thing with my dad was racing. So that stuck. I mean, I started out.
Racism?
Yeah, that's it.
That also.
So we started out racing.
What decade?
When I was 4 years
Might not
old,
be his fault.
I got my first go-kart. It's called a quarter midget, and so I did that. We raced go-karts, and then we kind of went a different way, and then we got into horses. Right about the time that my parents were getting divorced. So then we were doing a lot of camping,
Gambling on the ponies?
absolutely. And
Really?
Then, no.
Oh.
And then we kept doing that even when my mom got remarried. So we still had horses. I had horses till the time I was 18 or 19. So
That's cool.
You remember I told the story about that horse?
Yeah,
getting-
shanking the horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was in his side though, right?
Stuck him in the side with the
Side.
scissors.
Scissors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of
Were you going for a lung?
flapping. I didn't
No.
throw him. My dad did.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
can't
one.
scream if you puncture the lung.
Yeah, that was one of those that the story behind the story is that we're getting ready to go to the fair to take him, and that the hair behind, like the draft horses, got all that hair down by their hooves. Well,
Okay. All right.
you got to trim.
Budweiser.
It's called fetlock. So you got to trim that before you go to the fair.
Sounds safe.
And this horse, Tonk, was very flighty. He didn't like you doing that. So first couple years, I could get out there and slowly get those cut with a pair of scissors, where most people would just pick up their hoof and then cut them with like clippers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think my dad might have had a few to drink that day, so he's like, "Get out of the way. Let me show you how to do this." And
So
about
he's drunkenly manscaping a horse.
And about 8 seconds later, Tonk stomped on his boot, and couldn't get his foot out for just a second. And then, of course, he still got them scissors in his hand from down there trying to trim them. And so when he stepped back, he fired them at him and stuck him in the side. So,
Yeah. They were friends ever since.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that
Every
respect
time,
you get when you
every
fist fight
time
your
he
buddy.
walked by that horse from that point forward, you could hear him start breathing hard. He did not like my dad. So, anyway, he did tell that story, correct?
I did.
Yeah.
So,
How old are you when that happened?
I was probably 11.
Okay. So can you remember anything from that age, like that, a style of parenting that your dad had that you passed on in your parenting?
I'm curious to
Or
hear
maybe
this
something in
answer, too.
retrospect that you think was right?
Probably, I would have to say, probably what I learned there was the family that plays together stays together. Now, I mean, didn't stay together, but we did play.
Just because there was a divorce doesn't mean the family.
we were into racing the go-karts, and then into showing horses and doing that, and then even my mom and my stepdad Ron. I mean, we were camping and doing that and keeping that on going. So I would say probably I don't know that they actually said it. We do. We say the family that plays together stays together because we did camping, boating.
We've done that.
We did that the whole time the kids were growing up.
You know, I saw this like reel of Jordan Peterson talking about like him and his wife kind of having a conversation. What is the opposite of tyranny? And they were just kind of like thinking of that. And he's like came to the conclusion that it's play. So, even like if you have dogs, it can't be just like, get down from there, don't do that, do that. You've got to spend time playing with them or you don't have a relationship and just like that is, there's a level of parenting that is tyranny. You have to guide them and tell them what to do and teach them boundaries in life.
What is it? It can't be all tyranny and no play, and it can't be all play and no tyranny.
Yeah.
So there's a balance.
I feel like that is one thing that my dad and my mom did flawlessly. I mean, they probably look back and say, oh, I wish I would have done this, but looking back on it myself, like I can't think of two people that tried harder to make sure that we had as much as we possibly could to play with the boating and the camping and everything that we did. I mean, they took us to Pokagon and Canada.
It's
and like,
Pokagon.
It's in Indiana.
Yeah.
So just a big campground, and they've got like horseback riding and things like that. I mean, they I feel like they did a lot, and it's one thing that I've looked back and I'm really grateful for, and that's why I am the way that I am with my kids, because I try to bestow onto them that like sense of be grateful for what we're able to give you, because when we look back, you guys were never loaded.
Mm-mm. No.
And they were smart with money. They were smart with how they planned things out to work around work schedules and things like that. But like we didn't even notice this stuff going on behind the doors that they were putting together to make sure that we had a good childhood growing up. And we had a ton of fun growing up. I can't recall hardly any negative like memories. Like I know that a lot of people, they're like scorned by the bad things, and I'll just never forget this for the rest of my. I can't think of a single moment.
That's a
not
choice.
saying that we didn't. Yeah. Not saying we didn't have any, because I'm sure we had some rough times, but I can't think of any because there were so many good memories of experiences that it will always override.
Because it's a choice to choose on what you focus on, which is another sign of you did something right raising him.
Yeah.
So, or the first sign I've seen. And no, but that is a sign that you did something right, because people can only focus on feeling like a victim and then just be in that cycle of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a period of that. There's a period of that in my life. Like, I found recovery in 2016. Thank God I did. Saved my life and gave me a great life. But before that, I was a victim. Period. And I look back at the same exact memory. There's a point, my stepdad is the one I keep saying dad, and I hate calling him my stepdad, but my stepdad did most of the raising with me. And there was 10 years we didn't talk to each other. And like, that's how I talk about him now, is the stories I'm telling her from him.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's odd that you say that, because, my stepdad, he was just down here last week, and probably for the first time I told him, because of, the age, the age when he came on the scene, and I think every good lesson that I learned on how to be a man, I probably picked up from him.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure while he was down here that he knew that he heard it from me. But yeah, that's, because that was the time that I was married, and I did have kids, and it's time to get your crap together. If you didn't think you had it together, you got a finite amount of time to do that. And so yeah, and it's the same thing, it's because my dad passed away a few years ago, but like it just, I want to call him dad, but I just think it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So it's I've talked to him about that too.
So your biological father died a few years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So mine died when I was 20, and that's the only time I started to make a distinction of him being my stepdad, because I felt like it just felt weird. It's like I'm not replacing my dad, and then I feel this need to explain it to anybody I talk to.
Yeah, and if I ever introduced you, I would say these are my parents.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They've been man, they've been the ones that through us moving, and like they just don't even hesitate. They're still so a part of our lives, and they live in Ohio. They're
Nice.
Yeah, they are the shining example of grandparents, parents. So I'm extremely grateful for them as well.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. So
without them, I wouldn't have that to look up to. So
nice. So you've listened to a lot of it. A question you got both boys and girls that you raised, and I'm gonna have a boy soon. I have one of each. That question of like, did you feel any pressure to raise boys who respected women and raise a woman who respected herself?
Absolutely. And we weren't quiet about that either. So
which one did you feel more pressure? Like, because there is definitely, I mean, I'm not one problem is worse than the other, but they're both problems in society. And, there are so many women who grow up to not respect themselves. I'm not, I was never a girl. I don't understand what goes on there. And then, I definitely want to, especially with like pop culture music and everything, I want my son to be careful about what he puts in his ears and respects every woman that he has a type of relationship with.
Yeah, no question. The way I interact with my wife and the way I interact with my mom are shining examples that I hope that I've seen, because what we used to, tell our kids is, if you guys want to scuffle amongst yourselves, have at it, but nobody else gets to, not while you're together, right? So you have each other's back no matter what. And I mean, we used to hammer that into you guys' head, right? You got to look after you. I know she's your big sister, but you better have her back and
I like that
and take care of her. So
I implore that in my kids. It drives me crazy. I mean, I know that at the end of the day, they would all have each other's back, but they're like, we talk about that too. Like, there's a difference with just being a typical big brother, a typical big sister.
Yeah.
They're like enemies sometimes, dude.
Me and my sister fought like crazy.
I mean beyond just fighting, just like putting each other, like, I mean, in the freaking dirt, like sadness, like soul crushing, because they just think it's funny, like that sort of thing. Like, I mean, I don't think we were like that growing up. You weren't. We would poke at each other and whatnot, but I mean, man, we did a lot together, and like, so when I see that in my kids, like, I don't recognize it. And it's just uncomfortable for me. So I'm like, my first instinct is to get mad at them.
They've had a lot of changes in their last, like in a portion of their life, too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of that is just misdirected.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my sister, though, like, we were tight when we were young. We fought a lot. And then as soon as she left for college, we were close as could be again, because then I just missed her. But I remember our last fist fight was over. The last time we got in a fist fight, she was still bigger enough than me to beat me up. Yeah. So, just to put that in perspective.
There's a finite time. I got beat up in front of all my buddies at a 4-H meeting one time when I was about maybe 11 or 12. I thought I'd wade into Sherry Plattfoot, and I got power slammed.
Wait, who's Sherry Plattfoot?
She was a girl that was in our 4-H club, and so.
You know what 4-H is?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what the 4-H's are, but it's like a.
No, I'm not saying what the club itself.
Yeah,
the 4-H club is like farming.
It's like a farming community, and like so
she'd been throwing hay for a long time. And
she could throw Mark Westerbeck like nobody's business. Now I don't think she wants anything to do with me now. Yeah, right? I'm not.
Now
that
you
guy.
can take her.
Now,
maybe.
I'm not even sure about that.
She's a Plattfoot. They're genuinely large.
But I got humiliated twice. Like I said, I got tossed the first time, and I thought, you never do that again, and I was wrong.
And then she did it again. So, I got.
Luckily, 6 or 8 of my buddies was there to see it. So
can I just say, Westerbeck is a badass last name.
Thank you.
Like, without a doubt. Like, it's a strong name. Mm-hmm. So second to Langen, but it's a strong.
It's right up there.
Yeah, we got it from.
No, it is, man. I was like, that's. Yeah. Like
we got it from one of the concentration camps. We got German blood in us.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oops.
Well, you beat me to the joke. So.
Hey, I brought up that.
Absolutely.
I brought up that Harper had Auschwitz pajamas in the last episode. So.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the one that's aired now, or the double one.
Cameron's.
All right, I'm not that far into it, but it's funny. That joke is funny, by the way. And I think in one of the episodes you mentioned a unibrow, and I said she looked like first word's going to be jihad.
Yes.
Yes.
You also told me this previous episode that I looked like an extra on Schindler's List.
Well, you've been working out.
I have.
Yes.
All right, so I wanted to take a little bit of this. I don't want to dive into a ton, but we have so many stories of us growing up, and I want to ask, what is one story that will forever stick with you, that when you see my face and you hear my voice, that's the first thing that you think of as far as a memory that we all went through?
Wow. There's a lot of those.
There's a ton, but
Right.
I'm wondering if there's one specific one that sticks out. There's a handful that are recurring that we have in conversations.
Might have been when you were 9 years old playing for the Uniopolis Browns, and you were faster than most of the kids, even than the 10 and 11-year-olds. And
was he 6'4" at 10 years old?
he was even more of a beanpole than he is now, and he went running. So as he went past us, he's catching a bunch of kids that are on the older team that he shouldn't be catching, and as he rolls by, he's like, "Later, dudes," and just seeing
I feel like I've heard him say that.
Tiny, holding that big helmet up and running past them.
Oh yeah, dude. Pictures of me in pads is hilarious.
Follow-up question: what's the gayest thing you've ever caught Jake doing growing up?
Oh wow!
And did he finish that by saying "later, dudes"?
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
No, Dad found out when I was like 10 years old that he didn't have to worry about me being gay. That's for sure. We talked about the age of the internet.
Yes, go on. I'll act surprised when I hear this.
I found at that time Pam Anderson looked pretty good, so I wanted to see what she looked like without the swimsuit on.
Okay.
Specifically, that area.
There was no AI then, so you had to type out what you were looking for.
Did you know there's a history when you type things into... I think it was Ask Jeeves at that point. I don't even think it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't Google.
Yeah, there's a history on your computer. I do at a certain point remember learning that, and I was in my early 20s at this time.
It's too late.
At my parents, and when I learned that, my first thought was like, oh shit. Do my parents know there's a history?
They're gonna know I'm into tentacle stuff.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We can fill in the blanks.
That's a funny.
We'll fill in the gaps.
That's a funny memory that.
We thought it was odd that he wanted to see what her cat looked like.
Oh.
Right? I mean, it's just like. We always had dogs and cats, so we didn't think anything about it.
Such a vulgar word to type into at 10 years old. It wasn't like Pam Anderson nude. It was Pam Anderson's pussy.
Yep.
Like going in full force, man.
10 years old.
10 years. I think I was 10 or 11, something like that.
Had to have been.
You know how hard I had to work to see a naked woman when I was 10 years old in 1990?
You just find the magazines. You go to
it was
Kohl's,
like Indiana Jones exploring
the Kohl's magazine. You go to the lingerie
your uncle's
section.
closets,
I've
a lost crusade.
I've had a second to reflect. I'm going to go back and change one of my answers. So,
the gay one?
Something.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. No, something. So one of the things. So growing up, I always wanted to play the drums, and for whatever reason, I never had any drums. So I don't know if it was.
Nobody wants to give a kid
never
drums.
never really talked about it, but I don't know if, I guess I got talked out of it by the music director because all the boys wanted to play drums, and so I didn't do that. So one of the things when I got married, one of the first things I did besides leave every light on in the house because I could, was I bought a drum set. So I don't think. Can you remember a time that we didn't have at least one drum set?
Nope.
So where I'm going with that is
not a small drum set that he bought first either.
Is as soon as he was about maybe 9, he went from it sounding like somebody falling down the stairs to playing the drums pretty quick. So I would say that's what takes me back is how fast. If he if he leans into it, I'm amazed at how fast he can pick stuff up, right? So I've been playing the drums for years, and he caught me in a weekend, and then I was messing around with the guitar first, and I think he caught me in an afternoon. So how fast he picks stuff up.
Do you remember? I remember the day that I learned to put together the hi-hat.
The day I was better than you.
No, I remember. No, he was. Yeah. Dad's a musician. Dad's a good drummer. Dad's a good guitar player. He just doesn't like. He's got no plans of going anywhere with it, right? So it's just fun. It's a hobby. And me, I was like, I'm gonna make something of myself, and then I still didn't. No, but do you remember the day that I pieced it together? Hi-hat, snare, and kick.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember who we were playing with? He was playing bass. That's the...
Would have been Keith?
It was Keith.
Keith Miller?
Keith Miller.
Yeah.
We were sitting
There's
up in
nothing better for a drummer to sit right next to
a really good bass player. And
Nice.
I pieced it together, so it was no kick drum. And I remember the day that I got it together, and it was like... That was the most eye-opening memory that I have of playing music. It wasn't learning guitar. It was the day that I was able to piece together my right hand, my left hand, and my right foot to make a beat. I'll never forget that. And my dad was in the room. We had a friend over we had like a music room. We always had a music room. Still do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, still do.
I'm gonna get my kids drums first, because every drummer I've known has been able to pick up other instruments quicker.
Yeah.
Then
Get the electric
anything.
drums.
You can turn them down.
That way it doesn't eat up the whole house if you don't want it to.
And like Simmons makes drums, and they're like $200. They're like a nice small compact kit.
Yeah.
It's perfect, dude. Not expensive as hell. And
I think Amelia's going to be good at that, because we'll put on songs even when she was really young, like barely over 2, and the way she'll dance and pick up the rhythm is just great. Like, it's just you see her just like locking onto something that within it. It's interesting.
yeah, Katie. I think Katie's gonna be
She picked it up pretty fast.
Katie's gonna be a musician. I think Harpy's gonna be a musician too.
Yeah.
She sings on key at 2 years old.
We have an electric set. Well, we have an acoustic set in the man cave now. But Katie, the first time she sat down on those, she wanted to reach down there, and so I had to lower the throne so she could reach the foot pedal. And I'm like, you really want to do that? You know, most kids don't want to mess with that. And like her dad, you know,
Just boom.
Dude, just
in about a half an hour. So okay, we're set.
That's why you got to teach them that if you love something and you just never quit on, like if Kid Rock can become famous, anyone can do it.
yeah. Well, I told Bryce got first chair playing viola. I said, stop worrying about football. If that's something you're good at and you enjoy it,
Yeah.
like, dude, do that. Like, you don't have to I have to tell them, like, quit doing shit that you see other people doing that you think is cool.
Yeah.
Do something because you think it's cool, because you want to do it. Don't go join football if you have zero desire to play football. If you're good at viola, play the shit out of the viola.
So when I was had real estate coaching, they had me do a what do they call it? Not a disc test. It's something else. A SWOT analysis. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your obstacles, and your threats. And I filled it out, and it goes, good. You see everything in weaknesses? Stop trying to be good at things you're bad at. Hire people to do that. That's when I hired your brother. For real. I'm not kidding. But
Pictures.
Same
Not
thing.
good at that,
yeah.
right? You probably weren't good at pictures. Is that why you hired me first off?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not a photographer. I'm a realtor.
Right.
Like, if you're taking photos of your own house, it's like, what do you...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
85 years old.
Yeah. But, I mean, everyone did it around here, but that changed. But, yeah, it's the same philosophy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as a kid, to be able to teach them, like, don't waste your time at the things you're not good at. Focus on what you can do and get better at that and become something great. Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm trying not to be so gung-ho about the commitment thing with Bryce's football choice. It's not I'm disappointed in the lack of commitment. I'm not disappointed that he doesn't want to do something and I don't want to force him to do it, because I did
That's
that with
the thin
baseball
line.
and he looked fucking miserable.
But that's what I mean.
But I made
It's
him
like,
stick it out.
how do you teach them to learn that? Like, when
I just think that there has to be some sort of trade-off. So again, that's fine if you don't do that. But again, what I'm trying to do is you're not going to sit here and be a lazy piece of shit. You're going to still do something that builds work ethic. And if you're not going to do, this team sport, then you're going to be on my team when we go to the gym, and you're going to listen to me. I
like that.
And you're going to trust somebody else because you don't know what the hell you're doing, and you need some guidance. So you need to trust me.
No, but
otherwise you would blow your arms out.
What I'm trying to articulate is when they love something, how do you teach them that when you push past the shitty part, you can accomplish it?
Yeah.
I know there's other ways to do it, but literally getting sober is what did it for me, because I did something that I thought, I was at a point where I'm like, I'm doomed. This will never happen to me. This will not work.
Yeah.
And when I got to the other side, there was this feeling of okay, I can do things.
Yeah.
And then I started applying it to other parts of my life, and bought a house, built a career, got my health back, and built a family, and and I used to be a determined person, but when it got hard, I would quit. When the band for me was the first thing that did that, where I was the driving force of the band, scheduling everything, doing everything, and for years. And when we broke up, I got crushed, and then I just didn't join another band. And then that was that's how I was. I got to sales, I'd be good at something, and then you always hit a hard month in it, and then I quit that job. So how do you teach kids that without them how do you point out the struggles they got through already?
I think that is something that most parents deal with, especially today. I don't think that it was as prevalent when we were growing up. It was just kind of understood that you had responsibilities, but
there's way more distractions now.
Yeah,
right?
It's way harder to
social media, and I'm not sure how we would have done.
That makes me think of a bigger problem.
Right? There's just so many distractions, and then there's so many other ways for somebody other than you, the parent, to communicate with your kids. And either hurt their self-confidence or destroy it in many cases. I mean, we were just starting to get into that with the MySpace and all that garbage.
Yeah, Tom.
And so that that kind of faux friendship kind of thing. That's one of the things we used to always tell our kids is that, look, you've got 2, maybe 3 real friends.
Yeah.
And I mean real friends that are happy for you when you're successful and not jealous of it. And if you tell them something, they're not going to break your confidence. And then you've got maybe 5 to 10 that are on the fringe that are pretty close to those other 3, but they're not quite there yet. And then everybody else is an acquaintance. And again, I don't mean that to sound crappy, but it's, there's only a handful of people that you can actually confide in with something that is a real issue.
So Tom Ferry, he's a real estate coach, but I was watching one of his podcasts, and he was talking about his dad once sat him down and said, I want you to make a list of every single person you associate with, write them down, then on a separate piece of paper, make 3 columns, negative, neutral, and positive, and think about where every one of those people
kind of same idea what I just said, right?
Yeah.
Different take on it, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, think about where they land. And he had said that. He's like, well, one time I was done, it's like I realized I really only had about 3 people.
Yeah.
But if you spend all your time around people who want to see you lose, you're probably going to lose.
That's right. Well, and if you confide in somebody in that one, why should you be surprised if you get hurt, you get one broke off? So it's like that was, at some point it's shame on you for sharing.
Yeah, I'm the older I get, the smaller my circle is still getting. I mean, I get it. Like I didn't get it. I worked in bars and stuff for so long. That I thought being the musician that went around town, like everybody was my friend. And it's like I learned pretty quickly when I got a family and I started putting them first, how much people were just like, well, like, you don't care about us. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? It's not that I don't care about you. I care about my family. It turned me off to like music for a long time because I had people that only were my acquaintance because I played music or because I went and drank.
So
I don't give a shit
And
about
again,
my family.
friends are friends. Appreciate them for what they are, and don't be disappointed for what they're not.
So that's another thing that made me think like a value or something I want to really teach my kids is, they're saying to you, you don't care about us. I've noticed in the past few years, any single time I have a conflict in a day, it's when I'm thinking about what someone else should be doing and what I need. And if I think about what other people need and what I should be doing, I don't have any conflicts in my life.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I feel like I've been getting better at that because I was kind of getting on a weird sleep schedule and editing at weird times. And when I started delegating and we started, offloading and things like that, I started being more present as a dad. I had lots of conversations with my wife that, I was fading out a couple of times where I was just tired of driving or whatever. I'd come home, I'd just disappear in my phone.
Well, think about
That right there has been
anytime you've been in your head about an argument with your wife and you're saying like, all I was trying to do was this, all I wanted was this, and then she went and did this, why didn't she do, and I'm just like, it's a lot of like, I needed this, I wanted this, and she should have this.
Yeah. What's that exercise? What he said, what she heard.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I think I've already know what you mean through context, but I haven't heard that before.
No, it's
So
the real thing is what you said, what you think you said, and what she heard. Because there's a difference in you always want to look back and say, well, I had justification in why I said something. This is what I meant, and then you're like, nah, that's not what I said.
yeah,
I do that with them. I'm not gonna say we've scuffled. We've had disagreements before. Even as an adult, with the way that certain things have gone, as I'm looking at my parents and I'm saying stop giving them candy, that sort of shit. But there's ways that I think that I spoke to my father, and then there's the reality of how I spoke to my father. So me standing up for what I believe is correct for my kids, there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't say it in a calm demeanor, It's like it wasn't a respectful conversation. It got out of hand pretty quick.
Me and my mom went shopping together at BJ's for my daughter's birthday party, and do not cut to yourself making my face when I'm saying that. Right? So let's start that over. Right? Me and my mom went shopping together at BJ's wholesale club, but she was driving me nuts. She was, and I did at a certain point apologize for being just way too short with her. She's got this habit of making you second guess any decision you make. You reach for
who's this?
My mom.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah, so I love her. I literally call. I got an hour drive to work every day. I literally talk to her on the phone for 20 to 40 minutes every single morning. But she's a worrier. So even something as simple as picking a folding table and chairs will make her worry about, would it be cheaper if we went to Walmart? So now before I'm even taking it off the shelf, I'm looking at different places. I'm just I just want to buy this and go home.
Yeah.
Stand in a store and buy it from Amazon.
Close to it.
I've done that.
We needed it that day first off.
Okay, yeah.
But I also get all the reward points with the credit card, and I want to use.
Yeah, that's what I do with Amazon though. I get reward points for Amazon.
But I'm just saying I go to a store, I see what I want, I walk to it, I put it in the cart, and I go
buy it and walk out. Yep.
But perfect example of everything's a reason to worry. Once, and me and my sister cracked up in front. We all laughed together over this. But I was meeting them. They were down visiting her and my sister at a hotel, and I'm walking to meet them right from work. And she goes, "I love your shoes. Do they hurt your feet?" Immediately. I didn't even respond to the first part. That is the perfect example of
So
my
you think
mom.
she was surprised you were wearing high heels?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Well, it was the same ones from Sex and the City.
Really crushing the arch in your
the red
foot.
bottom. So she loved them. But that's her. So
Well, your mom's a parent too, right? So no matter, I've asked my mom this before. I've said, which makes you feel older? The fact that she's 29, going on 83.
My grandma's been 29 for
she's
60,
doing that one?
Yes.
60 years.
So she's 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
And so I said, which makes you feel older, the fact that you're 83 or tomorrow I'm going to be 63? And she said, oh, it's easy. The fact that you're 63 makes me feel older. So I guarantee your mom thinks that way probably too, that
Yeah, I'm the baby.
you're
I'm
still her
the baby.
you're still her little boy, no matter
Yeah, that's
how
okay.
not so little you is.
And she's got lots of good reasons. I was born like very unhealthy, underdeveloped trachea, like wasn't supposed to live born. So,
Oh wow.
you know, maybe there's a damn good reason why she worries about everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
And again, if I just think about
Two-sided coin though, right? Would you rather care too much or not enough, right? And I think that's
yeah.
I think in the grand scheme of things, I would much rather have an overbearing, overcaring parent than one that does not give a
I mean,
shit
to be
about
clear,
me.
I want my mom exactly the way she is. I love
Yeah.
my mom. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just to be clear about that, she is perfect.
Yeah.
But it's just a funny observation.
Mhm.
It is. Like, and we laugh about it a lot. And it just started just because it was like a story of like I felt bad that I got short with her in that moment when we were there. But what should have been a quick trip to the supermarket turned to a point where my wife actually called me at a certain point and said, "Hey, you guys okay? You coming back?"
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so back to dadding stuff. You want to get grumpy?
Yeah, I got one more thing that I wrote it down on my phone, and this is why I wish I got to get a tripod
It's
for the
what-
third camera.
You got to get a piece of paper and a pen.
an interesting
It's
concept.
too lazy.
It's
I've got lists everywhere, post-it notes.
yeah.
See, Schindler's List.
I like writing.
I'm a classic.
Oh, okay. I got it. I remember what it was. All right. So, yeah, the biggest question that I actually had of the entire thing is, so there's obviously a massive difference between being a parent and being a grandparent. So what is your favorite thing that you don't have to focus on because you're not their parent? What is your favorite thing
Yeah.
as a grandparent that you
This
get
is-
to do?
Papa do preach. It could be the Papa podcast for a
Yeah,
second.
like I think, like I just am thinking about. There's a massive difference because the way that I see my dad, how he raised me, and the way that he is with my grandkids is so different. So I'm just curious,
Oh
like,
yeah.
what is your favorite part about knowing that, like, I mean, for lack of a better term, that like the pressure's off, the weight's off, you can just be.
Well,
Giving them back.
Well, I mean, it helps that you guys take care of what you're supposed to take care of, right? And so it seems like only occasionally we have to step back into parent mode.
Yeah.
Either something transpires that you didn't see, or you're not there, or whatever. But honestly, the older I get, the more, I guess, relationship driven I am, and being a grandparent, being a grandpa, it's so reciprocal. You know, when Zan comes running in there, and he's running over anybody to get to me. I mean, that just melts your heart, right? So, I mean, you feel bad. You feel bad for your wife.
I was gonna say it melts some hearts like
As-
yours and crushes the mothers.
as he goes around, but he's actually doing pretty good now. He'll take a pit stop if she's in front of me or whatever.
I meant more so with
But-
him. I watched the soccer game last night. He was hanging out with Papa, putting stickers all over Dad's shirt,
Yeah.
and my sister, so his mom, was trying to get his attention. Hey Zan, what are you doing? Hey Zan, what are you doing? And he never even batted an eye. He just kept putting stickers on, and then finally she said, "Zan, what you doing, buddy?" And he goes, "What, Mama?"
How
And I was
old
like,
is
4.
So-
like, "Hey, I'm spending time with Papa. F off."
Yeah.
And a cute story to a cute story to like the reciprocal of it. I'm trying to get my parents to move down here, and the biggest reason they won't is because my sister's youngest, Brady, that's the first grandchild that my dad was retired for, and him and Papa are as tight as can be. And they had a scare with Brady choking on bacon at my sister's house. Papa wasn't there, but he choking them. Like she said, it was really scary. Like they panicked. They had to like it was freaked everyone out. And he coughed it up. And he was all like teary eyed and crying. And the first thing he said is, "I can't die. What would Papa do?"
Yeah, Katie got me the other day. It's probably been a couple months now, and so I was born on my grandfather's birthday.
Well, that's cool.
So my mom's dad and mine birthdays the same day, August 21st,
which is tomorrow, by the way.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. So she's chatting me up, and I asked her. I said, how is it? Is it pretty cool having the same birthday as your sister Marley? She goes, yeah. I said, well, I've got my grandpa's birthday was the same as mine. Really? How old is he? I said, well, he died a long time ago. He died back in 1985, and how old was he? And I can see she's walking me into this.
She's doing the math.
And I said, well, he was 67. She goes, how old are you? I said, well, I'm going to be 63. And I mean, I can feel my eyes start welling up. She's like, you're not going to die, are you? And I mean, I was just telling her grandma Kathy on the other side about it. I said she walked me right into it. There was no way I could get away from that. But yeah, that the fact that she was.
So he looked my daughter square in the eyes and said, "Yep, it's coming."
Does she believe in souls?
So anyway, I just
she does.
That just really that really took me. That sent me for a loop. I wasn't expecting to get walked into that. But so this grandpa and grandma thing is pretty amazing. Like I say, it's the reciprocal. Me retiring and having the time now that I would never want to give that up. I never want to be gainfully employed again. So as long as I can afford to always eat the good dog food, it's got to come out of a can. I'm not eating no old.
No dry food.
No.
What if it's grain free? I'm
just not going to do it. I don't want to hear no GM. I'm not nothing.
Grain free?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, the cool part about that too is he said he doesn't want to be gainfully employed, but he's volunteered to help us out on Wednesdays as well when we need somebody.
Oh yeah,
which is going to be cool with me because I worked at Honda with you.
Out of respect to that, we promise we won't pay you.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't want you messing up my taxes. Right?
Correct.
So I'm afraid we're bumping into a higher tax bracket. Yes.
And of course, my wife's a realtor, so I have to take care of my sugar mama. So she's another reason that you were talking about doing chores around the house. I mean, I try to do everything I can. She's like, well, I can do that. I'm like, well, I know you can, but I like not being employed. I like not being at someone else's beck and call.
I feel like every time I call my dad, he's got headphones on. He's like mowing the grass or blowing something off.
I like having tasks in the house.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I like having tasks in the house.
Oh,
so if I spend a day watching TV, sitting around, I get into like a mental negative rut. Like, I like having something to do.
Yeah, if I get like, I do that too. I like turn into Stephen Hawking for a day. If I can't, I just don't get up. I just sit there on the couch.
Yeah, I just boredom eat and then myself for eating too much and just like, and look in the mirror and say, I hate you. No.
Being idle.
You're disgusting.
Is not something to do for hours at a time. That's for sure.
Yeah. And it makes me love like the 30 to 45 minutes a night that I get to watch TV with my wife before we both fall asleep halfway through an episode. But
the reason I asked that is because I laugh because I'm like jealous of the position that you guys are in because you get to come over, have fun with the kids. Harper was like anti my mom and dad for the longest time. She was literally the only people that made her comfortable were this guy and that lady in there, and everybody else take a hike.
Yeah.
But now she sees my dad and she freaks out.
Oh yeah.
So she's like super stoked. So I was gonna ask them in a jealous sort of manner, what's it like to get to hang out with my kids and then they leave you alone? What's that like?
They don't leave us. What do you mean leave us alone?
Yeah, like they just cease to be around you so you can have some peace.
Time to yourself.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's probably like
I love my kids. I feel like everybody probably thinks I hate my kids. I love my kids, but there's a lot of them, and they're very loud.
Oh, and I mean, one kid is a lot.
It's a lot of questions between 4 kids.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, we got one that just like makes noise nonstop, and I got fight her to eat food and stay alive.
Like, my kids probably ask me, no joke, probably 400 questions per day. So Katie asked me like 2 or 3. JoJo asked me 4. Harper asked me 5, and Bryce asked me 367.
I can't remember this comic's name, but I know I can find it on YouTube, and I'll send it to you. And he had a whole bit about how he holds a once-a-day press conference with his kids where they get press passes and they're allowed to ask questions, and that's the only time they're allowed to ask questions.
Oh, dude.
I like it.
Yeah.
I need that because Bryce went from his nickname was Brizzle and the Brizzler to the Quizzler by Papa Joe because he asked him so many questions when he was in New Jersey with him. He just started calling him the Quizzler because
I like it.
So,
all right.
Like it.
let's get grumpy.
Let's get grumpy. So
you're familiar with the premise behind Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, I am.
Yes. What makes you grumpy that makes you realize you're old?
Whew.
damn, getting old. He's not old. I mean,
Not
his
till
birthday is
not till
tomorrow. Then he's old.
63.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting one
the
step
supply sauce
closer.
too.
I keep joking. I want to become a ward of the state. That's my next goal.
What is a ward of the state?
That means that somebody else is footing all your bills. You know what I mean? So
A prisoner?
something like that.
Yeah. Jail?
Okay, so what makes me angry? Okay, so this week, 2 things. And both times I'm behind
Jake?
the wheel of my truck. So Monday,
He drives.
one for
he
me.
drives a pickup truck. I'm just telling you.
pulling our not so small 5th wheel camper back from the campgrounds on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people think that they need to pass you and then pull in so fast that you wouldn't want to put a credit card between their back bumper and my front bumper?
Because they're
So-
garbage human beings.
So I'm gritting my teeth, right? And sometimes saying some unsavory words.
Here, I'll say exactly what I know came out of my dad's mouth because he has a go-to. Somebody,
Now don't give it up on live TV here.
it'll be censored, so they can piece it all
Racing?
together. Yeah, no. You fucking motherfucker. That's the go-to, man.
I don't believe I said it that time though. I don't believe I did.
But
and then
Fucking mother.
and then the second time
He said
was
it.
in my truck as well, and it was today. And that's when I was coming over here listening to the Papa podcast,
Papa do preach.
the Papa Do Preach
Dad
podcast.
Dad podcast, episode
And
12.
a couple gentlemen started shitting on the grandparents for spoiling their kids.
Hey, we reeled it back in.
I
we
haven't
reeled
gone
it
that far.
back
Don't
in.
ruin it for me. I haven't gone that far. No spoilers.
We reeled it back in, and we talked about how it would be hard not to at that point.
X to see the Snyder cut because you want what's on the cutting room floor in the editing room. Okay.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
got cut from that one?
Release the Snyder cut.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm just messing with him.
Well, me and Cameron were getting a little into it to where I was agreeing with him on stuff that I had to cut it out because I was agreeing with him on things that I didn't. I was trying to say I understood it, but mine aren't that.
He's getting really defensive, right?
Because I had to rewind that, and I called Catherine. I said, "Hey, you need to watch the podcast." I said, "Why don't you jump ahead to minute 50?"
Well, Cameron
you
said
think.
that his parents do that in front of him, right?
Okay.
You did have our back. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Mine do things when they are
You heard me
left.
say that I love your mom, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they are left
remember now. I
with
remember.
making the decision of having to be the parents because we're not there. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye on certain things, but I feel like we do a fairly decent job of talking about it. My kids also are like really bad about not telling like the full story.
No shit. Every kid.
So when they come home,
Selective memory.
dude,
Yeah.
that's one thing that drives me crazy because it's like I want to have my kids back, but are you telling me everything that happened exactly as it happened? Or are you telling me how you interpreted it happen?
They get a debriefing before they come to the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I tell them the same thing every time. If you guys are getting yourselves in trouble over there, you're just not going to go over there. And that's like not
That's
fair.
an empty threat, though.
No, it's not.
You never
But
get
then
not forgiven for it.
but then you get into that point where it's like I'm not only punishing my kids, I'm also punishing my parents. And I don't want to like
Yeah,
they want to
that's what I mean.
spend
It's an
time with my
empty threat.
kids.
You gotta. All right, this is one thing my stepdad did really well. Was he never made an empty threat. If he said something was gonna happen, it f***ing happened. Like period.
Yeah.
That's my nephew Brent.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
No, I figured that would make you aggravated, and I was.
That's why
I
you
could
cut out
have.
so many
You
of
were
it.
just waiting for it?
I could have
This
cut.
was originally a 2-hour episode. That's how much I got out of it.
I could have cut it out, but the reality was, it is a real thing. I mean,
it's part of it,
we've
yeah.
disagreed on certain things, and I'm not going to sit there and shy away from it and cut it out
Yeah.
to try to save face. There's no point in that. But I will sit here and say I'm extremely grateful for my parents, for my in-laws. They do a lot to help us with a lot. 'Cause
Yeah,
we got
me too.
we got a lot of kids. We talked about that too. Like without our parents' help, even as parents now, I would be f***ed.
Yeah, my in-laws are great. My in-laws though are kind of my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. So
Yeah.
she's 7 years older than my wife, and single mom, big part in raising my wife.
Yeah.
So there's that kind of
Yeah,
relationship.
family is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why it's really important who you marry.
Yep.
So, but what's making you grumpy, old man?
Well,
Actually, pause, because this freaking nose feels like it's running on camera.
I was gonna say nothing made me angry until you just brought. I'm just kidding.
Till his dick sat down.
No. That was I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that to come up in conversation at some point while we were sitting up there, but you were holding on to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're waiting for this moment.
I'd already.
No, but
All right, we're back.
I
And
mean
we're
that
back.
that is a very real thing that a lot of people deal with too. So that was another reason why I didn't want to shy away from it. It's like,
I
man,
disagree. I love my parents, but
I love my parents.
That was good.
Man, I hate to like beat a dead horse, but
your parents.
no, like
Versus.
the thing that made me really angry this week was the damn commitment thing, because I talked about the football thing, but now I'm
Yeah.
going to go to the other thing, and that is JoJo just watched her brother quit a sport. Yesterday was Tuesday, right? She, Katie's mom picks the girls up from school and then brings them here
Okay.
after school. So Kayla offered to take JoJo there so that she could hang out with Katie, but JoJo had cheer. So instead of just saying, I wish that I could do that, JoJo said, I'm going to quit cheer, which by the way is like for another 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
She was willing to quit everything so that she could go hang out at Kayla's house for like 3 hours. So for me, I see that as not a very good balance of the scale of important things versus something in the moment. So it really made my blood boil, and I was like, you can quit. That's fine with me, but you're not going back on Thursday. Like, you're not just skipping. You're either fully committed and you're going to go today, or you can quit. And she was like, I said, you still want to quit? She said,
You called her
No.
bluff.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said, you still want to quit? She said, no. I said, all right, then stop complaining every time practice comes up that you're going to miss out on something. You signed up for it. Stick to it. You tell us you enjoy it every time you're there. You just don't like the build up before you go. So
Yeah.
that has been
That's a
commitment
mindset
thing.
twist too. Like, I have to do something as opposed to I get to do something.
Yes.
An obligation is really a privilege, and you
That
think about it the right
commitment
way.
that commitment thing has been just such a man. I hate that I keep bringing it up, but like I feel like that is a really, really important thing to try to like implore to people that watch this. Like, please, like, hold your kids to their commitments of things. And then same thing you said. If next year you don't want to do it, that's fine. But you've made
Yeah.
a commitment. Please, like, honor it.
Well,
that way you have like the integrity of it.
Amelia said that I'm a dinosaur, so I'm not letting her be anything
Don't
but a dinosaur.
let it go.
She anytime
is.
she tries to act like a bird.
Look, you said you were a Spinosaurus. You're being a fucking Spinosaurus.
Yeah, it's an argument.
Yeah. No,
so-
but I think that is something that is worthy of me getting aggravated.
I think the way you handled it was a good lesson too. Well, call the bluff like that. That was solid.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because she said, well, why can't I just skip? I said, nope. You're either in it or you're not.
Yeah, well, because the flip side of that is there's some, I guess there's some parents that live kind of vicariously through their kids. So it's like, you know, you're gonna I don't want to play travel ball. You're going to play travel, and it kind of gets driven.
I don't want to be that person.
That's not the same as you wanted to do this. If you quit next year, you don't have to sign up.
Yeah, the reality is there's nothing less entertaining than watching your child suck at something because they don't care about it. So you're all just there. You got
there.
Yeah, you got 3 kids with you in the stands watching your other kid not give a shit that they're there.
That's another thing you could say. Is like, hey, put on a show. We came.
I mean, realistic. I mean, we all come out in numbers, dude. When the kids got something going on, when Katie's got something going on, when she's got a soccer game, you better believe there are 12 lawn chairs that get pulled up there.
That's what I'm gonna.
Just like we all came out here to support you. Don't go out there and just half-ass it.
That's what I was trying to say though. In the episode with Cameron, I listened to that much of it so far with the trying to remind them of why they did it in the first place.
Yep.
Like, is this actually a goal of yours? Do you enjoy it? So this is in fact a privilege and not an obligation. Mm-hmm. I'm dealing with a 3-year-old, so maybe I'm being optimistic that this approach will work, but I hope it.
Well, I think I can say
Time to modify if you need, though. That's another thing, right? The best laid plans. I mean, you work with this plan until it don't work anymore, and then you got to switch gears.
And like to instill a value in somebody, you got to kind of just have to keep layering it forever and ever and ever and hope it catches. Here we go. To watch a game?
No. To be on the team.
But you could definitely watch a game.
No, he told me. He said, "You think I could play for Clemson one day?" Not anymore.
Yeah.
Can't quit.
And that's really the only reason why he couldn't, is because he quit.
That's exactly right.
So,
but I wanted to say an early happy birthday to you. I am really grateful that you were able to come here today, and that hopefully moving forward you'll be able to be sitting here helping us out and chiming in whenever.
Sounds like you're wrapping this up.
I am wrapping this up.
So do I get to do a grumpy old man or no? He is such a
That
dick.
made him grumpy, I'll bet.
What a dick. How many times do you not pass it to me? I got to just tee it up for myself.
Jake, is this one of those?
Yeah. No, I see. I mean, it's like you said, you like to hear yourself talk. I don't. So I'm just moving on.
There's no gray area there.
No.
Yeah. Well, good.
So aside from me, what pisses you off?
We can edit that properly where we're really doing that at the end after my grumpy old man. No.
Okay, you're right. We can.
No, we're not going to do that because it's funny. So, so I rotate with like basically 4 things over and over again. Siri, pickup truck drivers. Mm-hmm. Driving though. In general.
It's okay. He's got like a really high lifted truck too.
Etiquette for people holding doors.
Yeah.
And social media shit.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. Can we normalize posts? I don't know what it is about that hitting a nerve on me when somebody says, "Can we just normalize?" and they go through some like really specific thing to them.
Only they.
That like,
only applies to them. Just like societally normalize something that only bothers you.
Yes, for like this very marginalized circumstance. So that's been like every time I see that, it pisses me off. Or when I was today years old. Anytime someone starts a post, I was today years old when I learned, and then they teach you something useless. Well, like the right way to put a garbage bag in the garbage pail. Like I was shopping around for new methods. Like every time I change the garbage, I just look at it like there's got to be a better way.
There's got to be a different way to do it.
I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, watching YouTube tutorials.
That was one of them, by the way. I just and they do this like pause, like that. It should be like this, or they put it one way, and they go, and then they do And I'm going to go back to Siri again, and it happened. So the episode last week, mine was, I was reading the story with Dan. Like I actually, it was so funny, I wrote it down. So, and I can't say this because it's going to do it to me again. So I can't say, hey, when I'm telling the story, because I'm driving in my car listening to the podcast. And then Siri hears my voice, call for it on my phone. So it stops. And when you're listening to a podcast and driving and something interrupts it, it bounces the podcast back a couple seconds.
Started the
so
loop.
it started. It just did this in a constant loop. I had to fast forward through it to get past it, and she fucking wins every time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's a passive aggressive bitch.
Yeah. Siri has no power in my phone.
Yeah.
We were laughing because the last episode that aired, we were talking shit about Alexa, and the one that's in there.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say something.
Well, you have to be like, hey, for it to pick up on my phone, but I'm telling the story, and it just looped, and it kept kicking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, those, I got a combo of grumpy old men. So I'm grumpy and I'm old.
Dude, your Siri is a bitch, man.
Passive aggressive about it, too. Just like,
I feel like that's like every week I hear about something that she is doing.
I once said, hey, can you call my beautiful wife? And she said, I do not see a beautiful wife in your contacts. I said, you bitch.
Don't you dare tell her that.
Oh, I thought we cracked up about it. Yeah.
Siri.
My wife has a good sense of humor. I would have never been able to marry her if she didn't. Nobody without a good sense of humor could marry me. I'm obnoxious.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
This is a big milestone for us. You know,
this is pretty cool.
We talked about this pretty early on, that we wanted to get my dad on here. You wanted to get your stepdad on here.
I think there's like a close to like 0.005% chance that he'll sit on a podcast and talk.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I got mine to come here. So
you win.
50%, I win. 50% of one of our goals has been accomplished, and I'm just grateful that I even have the opportunity to sit down with my dad and talk about this stuff and, you know, go through some old memories. I feel like we talk about a lot of things that I have grown up with, and I just wanted to say, you know, I just will forever be grateful for the life that I had growing up. It has instilled so many things in me. I was raising somebody else's kid when I did not know that I had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
But that made me realize how well I was raised, that was so natural to me. No. And this was when I was, 21, 22? And now I'm responsible for 4 souls, and I couldn't be more proud of my wife and myself for, like, just the way things are right now. I just feel like there's a lot of times where you take things for granted, and one thing that I will never take for granted were the lessons that I had growing up, and I feel like I feel accomplished in instilling those in my kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're pretty proud of that too, right? I mean, if you can raise people in today's society, you know, that are making their own way and, you know, starting their own businesses and doing what all 3 of them are doing. I mean, that, you know, we take that as a badge of honor that we might not have done it all right, but we did some. You know, we did something right somewhere along the line. So
you said you got some of them right.
Yes.
No, in all honesty, I've said sincerely to Kathy before, you know, no wonder why you've raised such great kids. Well, just interacting with her, she's great. I'm meeting you now, and I've got it. You know, it is my friend's dad, so there was a level of like uncomfortableness initially, and which eased very quickly. But yeah, Jake and Jared, my wife adores Jared and Adi, and you know, we've gone out to dinner with them, and I know we want to plan something. We started this podcast when my wife was already pregnant, so the first trimester was constant puking, so we did not get together then.
Makes sense.
The second trimester is occasional puking. We seem to be getting past that, and now we're in the waddle phase, but she's ready to hang out.
Only 1 out of our 3 was Kathy sick like that, and that was the first one with Jenna. So
makes sense.
I
now
don't know
you
if
should
that's
have a conversation.
So you're not the oldest.
Too many female hormones, and I don't know.
You still think that I'm the oldest?
Yeah, I'm really sure he's lying to me.
Oh God.
Him the youngest.
Jake looks so good. I mean,
everybody. It's weird, dude. Everybody thinks that I'm older than Jared, and I don't understand why.
He moisturizes. It's
There
got
it
he's
is.
got his skincare regimen.
He's
is
got a
on
completely
point.
different hairdo than me and you do.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Should we close?
He's happier.
Should we close with it?
When you lift your hat and you point it towards the camera, can you edit in
Gleaming?
the white nuclear flash from Terminator 2?
Yes.
All right, and just thank
Just
you.
end it there.
And then Sarah Connor like in ashes on the fence. Please.
But spoiler alert to Jared, though. I had that much hair when I was his age now.
So
That's right, Jared. You're Well, to close this out, I think I can safely say this directly into the camera for Bryce. Remember when you asked me if I thought you could make it to Clemson's football team? No.